Hi everybody, this is Blossom. So as you may have seen, today is my YouTube anniversary. I looked this up a few weeks ago because I remembered that I started around December something. And yeah, so that's today, but I pre-recorded, so it's actually not today. But I thought I want to give a little thank you. And so I've created another tarot spread. And also with this tarot spread together, a guided journey with the wild hunt. Oh yes, and guess what? I have a new intro. How do you like it? I'm a bit unsure because I wanted to do that for a long time now, but I always, I got a bit caught up in making the videos and I was always a bit on a schedule, so I didn't have time to actually do a new intro, but now I did. I hope you like it. However, let's talk about this tarot spread. So why did I create a tarot spread? So I was actually writing for my winter solstice video, and there I talk about the wild hunt, and as you know, there are many myths around the wild hunt. There, when you are out, when it's dark and the mist rises and then you hear dog barking in the background, it gives you straight away a bit the feeling of the wild hunt, so that's why I did that. But as a special thank you, I didn't just want to do the tarot spread, but I then thought I could do a guided journey for that as well, and so I did. And you can use both together, so you start with the tarot spread and then the guided journey, or the other way around. That's however you like it. I just want to mention that the journey is not a meditation, so it's not all about relaxation. It is, after all, the wild hunt. And some aspects of this journey are the more primal aspects of human nature, and also a bit of, working a bit with your shadow self. So if you are not ready for this, please feel free to do this journey at a later point. Yeah, and those two things together are my thank you, because I didn't know when I started this channel. I actually just wanted to do reviews. That's all I wanted to do. And then it evolved in something completely else. I still do my reviews, but yeah. And I received a lot of support. And yeah, I want to thank everybody really who supported me, who watches my video, to everybody who subscribes, to everybody who comments or leaves a like. I greatly appreciate it, because at the beginning I know I was so unsure, especially because of my English, because it's not really perfect, and then sometimes I struggle for words and I just say very silly things sometimes. But yeah, this community is very forgiving. I really love that. So I just tried to do something special here for my anniversary and for you, to leave you a little gift. I'm all in the Yuletide spirit. There will also be a tarot spread in my Wheel of the Year Winter Solstice video. This is a different one, so I hope you enjoy both. So let's have a look at the positions. Okay, before I turn over the cards, I will talk about the questions a little bit and how it relates to the wild hunt. So the first card here is, where in my life do I need to take the lead again? And clearly this talks about the leader of the wild hunt. In mythology we see different leaders. Sometimes it is Odin, sometimes Wotan or Woden. Then sometimes it is Gwynab Nuth. Here in Germany, in certain regions, it's also Frau Holle sometimes, who is the leader of the wild hunt. So that's it for question number one. Then question number two, what needs to stay behind closed door at this time? So when we talk about the hunt, the wild hunt, it is often suggested that during the time of the wild hunt, and I associate it here with the 12th night, that you should stay inside during this time at night. It is also suggested not to hang up laundry as the wild hunt could get tangled up in it. And yeah, in general, just stay inside. And some things, sometimes we just need to lock something in. I don't want to say this is a card about covering up, but it's really, this is not needed right now. And just get it inside and don't let it out for the moment. I have to precise here when I say, you know, lock it in for a while. I mean for a while, not forever. Because as the wild hunt, it is just a certain period of time. And this is really the card that you don't need right now, and just take it aside. Then the card number 3, right here. In what area of my life can I allow myself to be wild again? This question I ask because when I think about the wild hunt, so mythology tells us to fear it and to be very careful and to lock ourselves in. But you know, I like to be the rebel here and I want to bring a bit of balance in the spread. This card is also about pure excitement. This is pure wild energy. And I want to bring that out again. And personally, I had to tone my wild energy a bit down for several reasons. And I feel like I suppressed it a bit too much. Then card number 4, right here, is, and then again, we seek the balance here from the pure wild energy. Where can I find stillness? And I ask this question because during the 12th night, I really love this time. This time between winter solstice and then it goes into January. I love this time really to have a quiet time, not to work so much, really just being still and quieting the mind and enjoy this time of just being and allowing myself not to do so much, but really taking a break. Okay, just shortly, I have to apologize. I had to change my altar into another room. I had to move it into another room. And my birdie is right here. So, yeah, it's quite chatty today. And here we have question number 5 with, how can I stand up for myself? Now, I chose this question, but I want to give the option of have the question, how can I stand up for myself? Or what do I need to sacrifice? So that is your choice, what you want to take. I chose, how can I stand up for myself? Because let's say you meet the wild hunt and they took somebody and you want to get him back. So you're not helpless in this situation. In folklore, it is suggested that to get the host to release anyone they may have taken, one should throw the dust from the road, an iron knife or your left shoe, and say, this is yours, that is mine. And so you can release somebody that the wild hunt took from you. So I chose this question. On the other hand, if you say, what do I need to sacrifice? There's also that you can give something up from yourself in order to not be taken by the hunt or to release somebody. So that is really your choice. And then with the last card, number 6, is quite simple. What shadow aspect do I need to work on? Or what negative aspects need to be released, something in that area. So let's just say, what shadow aspect do I need to work on? Okay, let's turn the cards over. I try to be quick now because I explained it a bit why I chose this question. So for the first question, where in my life do I need to take the lead again? And there I have the Fool. And this card really reminds me to trust in life itself again. Taking charge by not taking charge, and just let myself simply be, just let it happen, just let happen life naturally. it's not about being so prepared for an adventure, but just go in right into it. It also talks about finding my innocence and acting from a pure heart. So actually, where in my life do I need to take the lead again? It just, my pure heart, my innocence needs to take the lead again, instead of my very hard-working brain that wants to analyze everything. So this is quite good. I don't go, you know, please don't be disappointed when I do this a bit quicker now, because it was actually a reading who was quite in-depth for me, and it really was helpful for me. But I don't want to overshare it. And then question number 2. This question was about what needs to stay behind closed door at this time. And there I have the Warrior 7, which would be the 7 of Wands. And for me, what is very accurate, lately, you know, a lot of things happened in my life during the last 6 months. And of course there is the feeling that the world is against me, that I have to fight alone, or that do I have to fight in general, you know, always being on, trying to be ready, and always, oh no, now the next thing is going to happen and I have to fight again. And it reminds me that I'm a bit over emotional in defending myself, and this is really an aspect that needs to stay behind now. We don't need that right now. Then question number 3, right here. In what area of my life can I allow myself to be wild? And then we have the Dancer Princess, and I love that so much, because this card is about expressing my creativity. Don't ponder about what you create, but just let that wild and creative energy flow through me. It talks about take it easy, and also the wildness. Again, we have that from a pure place, from a pure heart, and to find my playfulness again. As I had to act very seriously lately, and I took on a lot of responsibilities, and I still do that, and it seems that I lost my playfulness a little bit. And also about the creativity, you know, I'm working much more on creative projects right now, and I really love it. But I am, of course, like many people, you know, very critical, and this will stand in my way to express myself in a creative manner, in a creative way. So just do it playfully and really embrace that wild creative energy that is around me at the moment. And I really do enjoy that, and I spend much more time with that right now. Which brings me a bit away from YouTube, you know, that just, you know, I just love to create, I always did. And I give myself now more room to do that again, more time. Then question number 4, where can I find stillness? And then we have Maker 10. I hope you can see that all clearly. So this is of course a very clear answer. So that stillness is within my family. This is that stable place where I can find rest, where I can just let go. There is safety in my home, and it's safe to dwell in stillness at home. Support of family. And even if it's just the closest family. You know, often when I talk about family, don't be offended, anyone who's watching from my family now, but sometimes I really just, you know, when I say at home with my family, I just mean my husband, my dogs, my cat, my bird. And yeah, that is my closest family. Of course, all the other count as well, but here I can really find that stillness and be safe and quiet. Then question number 5, and I chose how can I stand up for myself? And there we have the Warrior 9, which is really interesting, which goes somehow with this one, that we have to take that feeling that I have to find all the time, that I have to fight all the time, that needs to go back. And here we have the Warrior 9. So it feels more like, don't feel like you have to stand up for yourself all the time, because you are protected. So at this moment I can lay back and I don't need to worry. There is no need to stand up for myself. There is nothing happening at the moment where I have to take a stand and be very, that's how I read this card right now. And then the last card, what shadow aspect do I need to work on? And there I have the Wheel of Fortune. And this is so accurate. Because as I say, the last 6 months were a bit tough for me. And everything was something that was out of my control, alright? So stuff happened where I couldn't change it, that had nothing to do with making my own choices, because sometimes stupid and bad things just happen. And this moved right into a shadow self. And I think I mentioned already that when I get a Wheel of Fortune card, I'm like, I really don't like it. And it's a card that I tend to really dislike since this year. I never did before, but this year it turned up so many times before, before silly stuff happened. So, and this is a shadow aspect that I need to work on. That not everything is all the time under control, under my own control, but I still have to deal with it. And not going down that road of feeling very sorry for myself or anything like that. But more going down the line, how can I do the best out of it? I mean, when we look at those cards, there's really something good going on. Also here with being protected, here, family. I mean, and it actually did turn. So for Samhain, I was actually doing a lot of spell work, actually. And just, by doing that and really trying to take a different spin on it, and this helped me already a lot. And this spread is for me now very a clarification, and it shows me into the right direction. So now I hope that was short enough. Okay, and as I say, you can do this tarot reading together with the journey. I would recommend that. I did it. It's cool. I like the journey. It's weird to, listening to myself, but it's alright. And again, thank you so much for your support in the last year. I really do appreciate it. I will also have this as a blog post on my homepage with the journey together, if you want to read it. Just in case you want to have a look at the homepage. And I will put the link for the journey below in the description box, because right now I don't know how I do load it up together at one go or one after another. So if the link wouldn't be there right now, it will be soon. Yeah, I really don't know how to load that up yet. And it's possible that I will be a bit more quiet here on YouTube. I don't know yet, but I want to have that time, Yuletide, 12th night, quiet. So my Wheel of the Year for the winter solstice will still come up in a few days. And I really hope this is helpful, that you like the spread. If you want to share it, I don't know, it can be maybe quite a personal spread, I don't know. If you want to use this spread and share it, you can use wildhunttarot. I will put that in the description box as well. But I don't know if you want to share it, because it can be quite personal. I didn't mention everything. Yeah. And thank you so much for watching. As always, much love and blessings, and bye!